randomly sitting there one day and decide I'm going to Google myself and see what's out there.
The Love You Miss You Bye podcast. Let's inspire each other.
The purpose for me Googling myself was because I wanted to see what things that I promote on my different social media platforms was actually getting out there, what's working. When I did that, I found I was in another article without knowing about it. Yeah, so it's yourtango.com. And I opened the article and it says, employee says she was fired from her new job after 2 days because she was a few minutes late for her shift. Okay. So when I'm on TikTok, sometimes I will see things that catch my eye and I'll want to comment on it or stitch it. When you stitch something, you are letting the beginning of their video play and then you add your own commentary to the end of that video. And I did that. That's what apparently was picked up in this article. And she was just talking about how she was a few minutes late on her first week and she got fired. So I jumped in and said my piece and went about my day and never thought twice about it. Well, your tango thought twice about it. And they added me to their article on March 9th, 2024. And I just want to say, it's really odd. I have been picked up two different times in two different articles from my TikToks, and both have to do with the corporate world. It's crazy. I mean, I speak on it with such ease because I recognize it so well, and I'm trying to go outside the box of being the normal corporate manager. Like, that's actually probably the opposite of what I want to be. I want it to be more about the people. So when I see corporations or companies treating their employees like they're just another number, it actually enrages me. And I can't help myself. I have to comment. In this specific article, that's what I did. It says TikToker Christy Chanel stitched the original video weighing in on why being fired so quickly could be a sign of bad things to come. And then it shows a picture of me and then quotes me. Okay, so this is me speaking. This is the first red flag of things to come in the future, she said. Employers need to realize that the number one thing the employees want and need is flexibility, especially if they could potentially be an amazing employee. The article goes on to say, and she's on to something. According to research, employees want certain things from employers, including authenticity, empathy, and flexibility, referred to as human leadership. Unfortunately, only 1 in 4 bosses possess this type of leadership. I feel a little honored. I mean, I guess what I'm saying has merit, and that always makes me feel really good. But it also makes me wonder. I think I should start expanding on what I'm doing. I don't have a certificate. I just have life experiences, which I think makes me an expert in this area, but it doesn't have the credentials behind it to give me that authenticity. Lori had brought up a while ago, she's like, you should look into life coaching. I was like, yeah, I know, maybe I might. And I did 7 years ago. I actually thought about doing that and I looked into it. But if I'm being completely transparent with you, I didn't have the money to do it at all. I was just really trying to figure out my life at that point and where do I want to live? I was newly single, just trying to really figure it out, but knowing that was something I was very interested in, much more than accounting, as you guys probably already know. I do love accounting, but not for the numbers, for the people. So I got that urge again, and I started to kind of do my research a little bit. And I may take a course coming up. It'll be probably the faster course just because I'm curious to see what the whole thing's about. If I want to spend more money and dive deeper, but they have different types of coaching. Okay, so they have relationship, career, life, wellness. Honestly, they all interest me. I think I want to take them all because I'm just so fascinated with how, you know, how to help people, how to guide somebody. And it's totally different than therapy. Like, I don't want to be a therapist. I'd love to have a therapist on my show. So if you know one, please send them my way. Email is below. But I don't want to be a therapist. I don't want to dig into necessarily your past. I would rather expand and give you the encouragement and the tools to move into your future. That's more my area. So I would definitely be interested in the career coaching because I feel like I have a lot of background in that, and the life coaching, which also I feel like I have a lot of life experiences to offer assistance for somebody else that may be going through similar situations. Not so interested in the health part. I should be. It's not a bad thing to learn, and I may learn about it. Not really interested in guiding you on that journey. There's plenty of people out there to help you do that. There's plenty. And yeah, nope, no interest. I'd have to actually start exercising and eating right to be able to guide somebody else in doing that properly. So I'm going to stay out of that area. But relationships and life and career, I'd be down with. I'd be down with. I think I may start with life and then work my way through the others and get accredited on those. I wanted to let you know that that's, I think, in the area that I may be moving towards, and I'm excited about it. Another cool update is I have booked 3 more people on my podcast that I haven't met, but I connected with on TikTok. I am interviewing somebody this Saturday that has a lupus journey, and I don't really know much about that at all. So I will be learning right there with you. So that'll be amazing. I also have booked somebody named Melanie that will be on the show, and she volunteers with foster kids that are moving out of the system, is a big advocate in that area to give them the tools to help them. She's also a life coach. So I can ask her a few questions and learn again right there with you. I talked to her for like an hour or two the other day just to kind of get a vibe check to see if we were going to be able to do a show together, which is cool because I do not pre prep at all, which goes against everything everybody would tell me to do. I just like to kind of learn with you. I like to have that first raw conversation and really get to know the person and ask questions that interest me as I talk to them. Then there's some people that really want a guideline, which is the opposite of me. As we were talking, she says this one thing that totally jumped out at me that I had never ever thought about. When I'm sitting with my team and we go around the room because I like to interact. I don't want to just sit there being the one telling you, okay, this is what we're going to work on. This is what our new plan is. This is what we're doing next. I want them to tell me how they're doing, kind of get to know each other. We're more than just a team that works together. And I'm not using the toxic word of family, but I feel close to them. Like, take the corporate part of it out. I really genuinely sit there and get to know my team, and I care, and I'm invested in their future and what happens to them. So when we're sitting at a round table and we're talking, I'll bring these fun questions and kind of go around the room. And when I was talking to Melanie, she opened my eyes to something that I had never thought about. One of the questions I may ask is, how was your weekend? Did you have a great weekend? Give me some highlights from your weekend. Not really thinking that there could be somebody in my group that had nothing positive to share, that couldn't give me a positive story, and they hide it from the group. And I've just asked a question that's triggering, that's either forced them to lie or feel some kind of way internally. And that upsets me. I need to think of a different way to go about that so that I don't make anybody feel that way. And I don't want anybody to feel like they should be ashamed. But there are many people in this world that have a past that is something that they're trying to hide, so they may have to lie about what's happened to them. Yeah, little things that I never really thought about that I will now take with me and think about every time I do something in a group setting. Even if I'm sitting just having a one-on-one with somebody on my team, I'm going to consider that. Maybe you will too. So I'm going to learn so much from this interaction. I need help. Gosh, I need like 5 of me to do different things. But maybe if I do go and do the life coaching thing, maybe it will lead to my next career path. So we'll see how it all ties together. But I feel like I'm being pulled in that direction. I have always been pulled in that direction. One of my exes said, anytime he would say something, I would come back with, oh, it's probably because blah, 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 blah. And he was like, what are you, Ann Landers? He goes, I don't need your advice. Well, clearly that's who I am. So here I am doing that. Not necessarily advice, but encouragement. So anyway, I think that I've updated you on everything so far. Yeah, I just wanted to drop a quick episode and kind of give you an update of where I've been. I would love for a little feedback from you guys. I would really love it. And if you have been here listening to me ramble since the start of this in January, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Now drop me a comment and tell me what you want to hear about. Is there a topic that you want me to cover? Do you like these interviews? Do you like them? Do you like my solo episodes? Because there may be a week where I release an interview and you were like, Tam, I wanted to just hear something else. I wanted to hear a solo episode. So let me know what you prefer and I'll do more of it. I just will. I mean, I'm here for you. So I'll do whatever you guys want. Just text me at that little link in the bottom right. You scroll down, you'll see it's actually at the top of my show notes. So if you scroll down, it's at the top of the show notes. Text me, send me a text. I would love to hear some feedback. All right. So until we speak again, love you, miss you, bye.
LUMUB podcast.
Love You Miss You Bye has been brought to you by Christy Chanel LLC. But if you're looking for more information or want to follow us on social media, go check out ChristyChanel.com. All the podcasts are streamed there and the YouTube episodes are there. So why not? You can also listen where all podcasts are streamed. This includes Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And lastly, thank you to you, the one that's listening or watching. I appreciate you so much. Love you, miss you, bye.